If you're there, I can barely.
Thank you for calling the Douglas County Public Defender's Office. Our office handles criminal cases for Douglas, Elbert, and Lincoln counties. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it any time. Otherwise, please press 0 for the receptionist. Public Defender's Office.
Hi, I was wondering if I could talk to my public defender, Meredith Wheeler.
I'll see if she's available. What's your name?
Vincente Vanagello.
1 minute. Meredith.
Hello, it's me, Vinny.
Hi, Vinny.
So yeah, I look. You said you were busy with going through all the medical records and stuff with my mental health and stuff. So
yep.
I did that for you, and I found the 2 pages that you needed to say that I'm PTSD with depression, and my mother has suspected of Munchausen.
Yeah, I got all your emails.
Okay. So what's the next step?
So it's still what we had discussed before. It's, seeing what we can negotiate with the prosecution, and then depending on what they come back to us with, we decide on how we're going to move forward and whether we set the case for trial.
Okay, so, what are you going to talk to the DA about?
So I'm going to talk to them about the fact that you were in custody for such a long time on this case, that you were at CMHIP, and that based on that, they should be, willing to close you out with time served is what I'm going to ask them to.
What does that mean?
That means that you wouldn't have any additional sentence in this case.
Would I have any charges?
It depends on what they come back with. I think that they would probably be asking for you to plead to something. What we'd like to see is something that's more like a misdemeanor instead of a felony. But it's a little bit up to them in terms of what they adjust in the plea.
Right, because I refuse to accept charges for not doing anything wrong.
Absolutely, and once we know exactly what they're coming back with, we can talk more concretely about whether it's something that you want to accept.
So you're going to present them the time I spent in Pueblo?
Yes, and just the overall time that you've already been in custody on this case.
So does the stuff I sent to you about CRC, or are you just talking about my competency?
Well, the argument we're making is that you've already served a lot of time because of the competency issue in this case, and so that because of that, they shouldn't be asking for you to do any additional sentence in this case.
Oh, so like no probation and stuff?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, that's cool. And if they offer a different plea or whatever with a different charge, does that change the charges? Or if I refuse the plea, it goes back to where we started?
Exactly, that's how it would work. If you refuse the plea, the charges that are currently filed are still the charges. If you accept the plea, then one or more of those charges would be dismissed and you would plead to a different charge.
Is there any way to put in the evidence all of this? Like if they make a different plea bargain with a lower sentence, wouldn't that be important for the jury to know?
No, plea bargaining is inadmissible as evidence.
Oh, okay. So you're done looking at the mental health records?
I have not gone through all of the files. There's files from about 10 different facilities, so I've gone through some of them, but I have not finished going through all of them because there's so many thousands of pages.
Right, and then I've been trying to show you that it was all the other files from all the other hospitals were misdiagnoses and irrelevant, and Community Reach Center finally settled it to a final diagnosis of PTSD and my mom having Munchausen.
Yep, and I got your emails about that.
I've just been trying to tell you.
And like I said, I did get your emails. Did you have another question about that?
Yeah. I'm sorry?
Well, I was just saying, I did get all your emails about that. So is there something else that you had wanted to discuss about that?
Well, I just wanted you to know that you didn't need to look through all the files because you only needed those 2 pages.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I do have a professional responsibility to go through everything. I'm not allowed to just review part of the file.
Okay, right, but the mental health professionals already went through it and they already settled it with PTSD and my mom having Munchausen. So, like, what are you looking for?
So certainly that's within that record. What we're looking for is just records of the ongoing treatment that you've been doing, and any relevant notes about that treatment is, I think, the most important thing to pull from the record.
Which would be the PTSD and the Munchausen, right?
It might be, but that's why we have to go through all the files to make sure that we have all the information that could be relevant.
What else would be relevant?
I don't know until I go through the files, Benny.
So you haven't been going through them?
I have, but as we discussed, there's thousands of pages, so it takes a while to get through everything.
Well, if you could send them all to me, I'll go through them for you.
I appreciate that. I'm happy to send them to you if you want to go through them, but I'm also able to go through them on my own if, you have other things going on.
Right. Well, you said that my case was your priority and you didn't even have any other cases, so...
So I want to be clear, that's not something I ever said. I do have other cases. I did say that your case is a priority for me, and that's still very much the case. But I do want you to know that it's not my only case.
Oh, well, that's not what you told me before, but okay. Well, I went through the CRC files, and it's all just saying that I did treatment and stuff, and most of the pages are repeating themselves, because it's just the staff saying that they were watching over me, and then the only important files are the ones at the top that say that I'm labeled with all these mental illnesses and stuff, and then the ones at the bottom that say that all those mental illnesses were misdiagnoses and I have trauma-based PTSD with major depression, and my mother is suspected of having Munchausen. And if you could send me the rest of the files, I could go through them for you and highlight some stuff, maybe help you out. And then, talking to the DA and stuff, are you talking to do you think about talking to the DA about just dropping and dismissing this?
That's certainly something that I'm going to be asking for. I don't think it's likely that they will do a full dismissal, but that is absolutely something that I want to be negotiating with them on.
Right. Okay, just thought I could help. Thank you.
You absolutely can, and I appreciate the emails that you sent, okay?
Okay. Bye.
All right. You have a good rest of your day.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.